PEW's Brave New World. Aurora Teves was crowned the inaugural women's champion. H-Hood was crowned the internet champion, plus Just Joe Lando, Dexter, and Big Jim Diehard qualified for the World Championship triple threat at PEW's Kings of Combat, which is on Saturday, the 2nd of April in Stratford-upon-Avon. Hello and welcome to this Tea and Tight special preview for the phenomenal Elite Wrestling Kings of Combat. And we're to help us preview this incredible action is the phenomenal Elite Wrestling General Manager herself, Jessy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very well. And of course, we are Tea and Tight, a Great British Wrestling podcast for Great British Wrestling, as featured on bodyslam.net, brought to you by Power 4 TV. I am your host, the Great British Taku, Mr. Angel Andy to most. And as always, we are joined by Big Daddy Daniel. Just damn
Hello.
short.
Oh, very excited to have you on, Jessy. Really looking forward to finding out your views on these matches that we've got upcoming, because we've got some great matches coming up and some interesting debuts as well. There's so much to talk about with phenomenal Elite Wrestling.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the first debut show was truly incredible. The fan reaction online was 100% positive. You had some great matches and some interesting turn of events, one of which is the general manager tried to crown what is one of the best tag teams down south, the Rebellion, and now we have Lawrence Prestidge and Rhio, the sound guy. That's not right, is it, Jess?
It's actually embarrassing.
It is.
It's actually embarrassing. The sound guy, out of all people.
Who does look to be about 12?
12, less, like 10 at least.
Oh, so what actually
PJs.
happened there?
He was wearing his PJs. Like, was he prepared?
It was it wasn't what I was expecting.
A very
Embarrassing
strange
for
way.
everyone involved. And I know the Rebellion were really angry as well.
Well, they didn't have a chance to prepare. This I can agree with on behalf of the Rebellion. But I will say the crowd did seem to be quite behind the sound guy. He did seem to get quite the chant.
Yeah, well, they're just feeling sorry for him. That's the thing. Thing is, the Rebellion, they don't need a warm-up. They don't need to be prepared because we know they're always going to do well. And it was just not their time, but they will get it. They'll get their time.
In fact, their time should be at Kings of Combat because they do have a tag team championship match against the Prestidge and Rhio, the sound guy. How's that going to go? Well, let's face it, the Rebellion are going to win.
They're angry, they're fired up, and they're ready to go. They're prepared, they're ready, and just these other two, they're irrelevant. And nobody knows who they are. At least people know the Rebellion.
I guess the Rebellion do have the experience here. They have been tagging for a while on the South scene, and they have always looked very good, but they were truly cleanly beaten last time.
Yeah, it was just an off day for everyone involved, you know. But it's okay. We've got another show. They'll be there. The sound guy will be there. Yeah, he's the one. I think he's the one they're going to go for the most.
I think he's in trouble.
Yeah, lots of trouble.
I do not blame the Rebellion. They've won championships all across the South scene, and they rightfully deserve to just be crowned, but they will, as you say, they will come out on top this time round.
At least they get to prove themselves more, you know. They actually get to show what they're actually capable of. It's not exactly going to be hard, is it? Like,
show off their tag team moves.
Exactly. You know, they've got chemistry at least. You know, Prestidge just basically brought his kid to the show, and that's it. There's not really much going on there.
No. Let's talk about the actual main event of the night, which is going to be the crowning of the first ever phenomenal elite wrestling champion. We had 3 single matches to each winner qualifying, which was Just Joe Lando, Dexter, and Big Jim Diehard. Do you have a personal favorite for this one?
I've always liked Dexter. I've seen him quite a lot, like just around, and he's always quite proved himself. And I feel like he's always kind of been an underdog. You get Joe Lando, he's kind of everywhere. He's great. He can do flips. We get it, right? But there's always someone that is going to be the underdog. And yet again, the other one, I don't know who he is.
Big Jim Diehard.
Yeah. Sorry, I just don't really remember him. You know.
I'll tell you what, forgetting Diehard could be a major mistake. He is a big guy, and he is probably going to weigh the same as Dexter and Joe combined.
If I was Dexter, I would allow Big Jim Diehard to just take out Just Joe Lando, because big guy, little, he's only just starting out at the moment. Let the big guy take him out, tire himself out, then Dexter can become the first world champion.
He'd look good. He'd look good with it, Phil. Yeah, but we'll see.
With that stunning belt, I think any of them would look good, because PEW really have gone above and beyond getting the belts together. I'm sure you had some input on that as general manager.
They are very nice. I'll give them that. You know, they've worked hard. They work hard. You know, the management work hard. So I'll give them, at least they've got nice belts.
Indeed. And as you say, Just Joe Lando, yes, we know he is a very good talent. He does fly around the ring. He's basically everywhere, as you said. Right now, he has made debuts all across the country. And but as you say, he hasn't got the experience that Dexter has.
Well, Dexter doesn't have the experience that Big Jim Diehard has.
We still don't know who Jim Diehard is, so here we are.
He's a man with his head on upside down.
Apparently, that's what the crowd feel anyway. I tell you what's going to be a great match. It is the #1 contenders match for the women's championship. We saw some incredible women's action in the main event of the first show. And now we have another four incredible performers, including Harley Hudson, who was commentating at the last show. She was due to be in the main event, but due to injury had to be on the commentary. L.A. Taylor. Lucia Lee will get another chance to have a shot at the title at some point. And a debuting Ronnie Knox. What did you think of Harley's commentary?
I like Harley. I have a lot of respect for Harley because she works hard. I know who I would like to win the match personally. I'm biased. I have a favourite. So
there's nothing wrong with having a favourite. I personally am a huge fan of Harley Hudson, the Scouse Mouse powerhouse, 9 stones of Scouse power that she has. She is a phenomenal young talent who is, again, making waves all across the country right now. But L.A. Taylor is coming up from the south side, and she has been winning championships as well all over the country. She is big, she is tough, and I think she has a great shot at becoming the #1 contender here.
She is the one that I'd say is my favourite. She's someone that I have a lot of respect for. She's proved herself many times.
I'm a big fan of LA Taylor. I think she's going to be absolutely fantastic in this. I'm also, however, a very big fan of Lucia Lee. And I think Lucia Lee is going to do absolutely fantastically in this match. I think that this multi-person match is going to really play to her advantages.
See, Lucia Lee, she's okay. You know, I wouldn't say she's the strongest in the match, but she's someone that's also been getting good opportunities and she's proved herself.
Although she already did have a shot, and you know, she didn't. Well, she failed at the end of the day, and you know, she's not in. You know, the great women's championship match we will be talking about later. We have two amazing competitors to talk about there, but Ronnie Knox making her debut, the wrestling engineer. She's a very technical wrestler. She likes to lock in submissions. So good up and coming talent.
It's a good matchup. I feel they're all a little bit different, aren't they? So I'm looking forward to seeing who kind of will prove themselves on the roster a lot more.
Daniel, did you get to hear Harley Hudson's commentary whilst you were there, or have you managed to check it out on Powered 4 TV?
I have checked it out since on Powered 4 TV, which is where everybody can go to check out the Phenomenal Elite Wrestling Show, and we will talk more about that in a few minutes' time. Now, I think Harley Hudson did an excellent job on commentary and did exactly what a wrestler needs to do on commentary, and let you know how those moves feel, how those strikes feel, and make you care about the punishment that people are going through.
Now let's talk about the two women in the championship match. Rhio, who I consider one of the baddest women in all of wrestling right now, a member of Northwest Strong, taking on Canadian performer Aurora Teves, who's been over here now for a couple of years and has really been making a little bit of a cult following, if you like.
Oh dear, Aurora. She just wants. That's the problem. She feels like she's earned everything and she deserves to be there. She deserves to have everything. But in my opinion, Rhio, we care more about Rhio. Aurora, I'm just still not convinced.
I think what we've got here is two of the best wrestlers in the UK in Rhio and Aurora Teves. Yes, Aurora Teves is Canadian. She has been over here for a while. She has been doing fantastically over here. But you're right, Rhio is just amazing at the moment. Everywhere she goes, she wins, and she leaves a pile of bodies behind her. I love Aurora. I think she's great, but I don't see her having a very successful evening.
No. Probably for the best, if I'm honest.
Yes, I mean, Rhio, she oozes star power. When she comes out on that stage, she commands a commanding presence. Just straight away, you are aware of who she is and what she can do in the ring. I get it. Aurora Teves, she's great for the crowd. The young girls out there, they may look up to someone like Aurora as she does some of her fancy dives as well. But against somebody like Rhio, you know, it was a triple threat last time. Now it is a one-on-one. Can she really overcome?
Well, the Phenomenal Elite crowd were massively fans of Aurora Teves because they bought more of Aurora's merch than anybody else's on the night, and she had the longest queue for signatures.
Well, general manager might have to keep on that for marketing purposes. She may be, but still, you know, it's who
it is Rhio.
Yeah. Now, Dan, let's talk about H. Hood. You know who he is now, don't you? Oh, see, he disappears once we mention H. H. Hood won the Internet Championship. He is going to be defending that championship against the British Lion, Eddie Ryan, who is a veteran of the South scene and a phenomenal talent, a person who has won championships all along the way. But come on, H. Hood is young. He's fresh. He's got that badass attitude that just commands respect. Don't you agree, Daniel?
Yes, I agree. Eddie Ryan is an absolutely amazing wrestler with such good reputation. And seeing him add another belt to his collection, I think will just be an absolute joy.
What about yourself, Jess? Who would you like to see? Would you like H to retain, or do we want Eddie Ryan to come out on top?
See, I quite like Hatred. He's got an attitude, and I like it when they've got an attitude. And he's just determined. You know, I'd like him to retain it, if I'm honest.
Well, I'm not able to attend this upcoming Phenomenal Elite show. I'm going to be at the next one. And I'm definitely not avoiding it just because I'm mildly terrified of certain people that are there. But I do hope that Eddie Ryan comes out on top so that when I am back at Phenomenal Elite Wrestling, there won't be an H Hood to defend his belt and be there for me to run away from.
Sounds like a you problem, if I'm honest. It's not really.
I agree. It is definitely a me problem.
Yes, well, next time you are doing media there, we do need more H. Hood on interviews, please. The crowd and our fans, they. So when you are doing media there, you must make sure every time that we interview a man of H. Hood stature.
I agree. I think it's a really good idea, actually. Up close and personal, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I'll do my best.
Now, we may not be able to do the media for this next show, but we will be at the third show. Both myself and Daniel will be there. And a person who you did get to talk to last time, Mia Cortez and her dragon, will be taking on Alfie, who let her down in their their handicap match against the German sensation Laurie.
I like Laurie. I think she's really good.
Laurie was amazing.
Impressive.
She really was. But this match, Mia Cortez versus Alfie, has been announced as a street fight. I am very excited to see where this goes because there's a lot of streets around and I think they'll be able to get out to them quite easily in that venue. I think that it is going to be great fun to watch and I want to see how the Dragon Goddess leads the match.
I think that's an unfair advantage. I mean, if it's a street fighter, her dragon can get involved in the match. I don't think that's fair. What do you think of this matchup and what happened to poor Mia Cortez in that match against Laurie?
Everything happens for a reason, doesn't it? Really, in my opinion. Look forward to a street fight, like a bit of, aggression, anger. Apparently, she's got a lot of anger, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she does.
Maybe you'll be lucky and one of them will get put through the sound guy's table.
That would be such a great idea. Or just flick him, Falls down, done.
Feed into the dragons.
I think it's
exactly.
A chance. Oh, yes. I think it's a chance for both of these incredible young ladies to impress the general manager and assess what would come next for these phenomenal wrestlers.
I'll keep my eye out. I can't watch everyone all at once.
Well, you'll need to watch a lot of people in this next match because it's another tag team match. We've got JD Knight and Riley Nova versus Axel Carter and a mystery partner. So this could be quite exciting because we know of one person making their debut, but we don't know if that's going to be the mystery partner. We don't know what they're going to be doing, and we will mention them, I'm sure, in a few minutes' time. But JD Knight, great wrestler. Riley Nova stood out so well in the 15-person Battle Royal. What are your feelings about Riley Nova and JD Knight as a tag team?
I'm intrigued to see how they work together. I liked Riley Nova. I've kind of watched him on social media, and to start with, I weren't too bothered of his existence, I'll be honest. But he proved himself. So it's hard though because they're not the Rebellion, you know. They're not got that chemistry yet like the Rebellion. So
there's very few like the Rebellion.
Exactly.
But what kind of chemistry can Axel Carter have when we don't know who his partner is going to be yet?
Probably the cameraman. At this rate.
Oh,
I met your cameraman. I met your cameraman. He's a big guy, but no, I don't think he'd be much use on this one.
I don't know. The sound guy did all right, didn't he? He even had pants with him. He was prepared. He brought his pajamas for the day, and that was it.
I think I'll need spare pants if I have to interview H.O.D. again.
I'll bring some for you. It's okay.
Making their debut, Dan. Build him up.
The best technical wrestler in the United Kingdom, possibly Europe, likely the world. He has just signed to go back to Japan with Pro Wrestling Noah. He is the leader of Northwest Strong. Mr. Chris Ridgeway is coming to Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. Oh my God.
Yes, truly one of the best talents in the UK. And as you say, going back to Japan very shortly. Surely bringing in such a great talent had to be part of the general manager's plan.
He's talented. He's very talented, and he could show some of the others, you know, brings experience in a lot more, and probably adds another member to Northwest Strong. Not like it's already big enough, you know. They've got everyone in there at the minute. But Ridgeway, I'm not sure what we're going to do with him. He does a lot going on, so we'll just have to see if we can squeeze him in, you know.
Anything you do with Ridgeway can only be a bonus. He is universally respected. Even if you don't like him, you've got to respect him.
Yeah, do you know?
I think seeing as he could probably turn my head around backwards and tie my feet to my ankles to the back of my neck. Yes, I do.
If you can bend that way, I'm impressed, mate.
I can't. That's why I'm so terrified of Chris Ridgeway.
But he's not a local South lad like Dexter. So there is that too. I do understand Jessy's, you know, it says it in the name, Northwest Strong. He's from the Northwest. And does he think he can come over here and take over?
I don't think so. Remember who's in charge of all this. And it's not going to be little Ridgeway. It's not going to be him, unfortunately.
Well, while we talk about legends of the British scene, which Ridgeway is definitely growing to be, we have one more match that we haven't mentioned. Martin Kirby versus Jay Joshua. Big Daddy Unicorn versus Martin. I'm very excited about this. Martin Kirby, again, has been everywhere since he came out of retirement. And I think he and Jay Joshua are going to have a very entertaining matchup.
I like Martin Kirby. I see he's somebody that I also respect because he's worked hard enough, you know.
The fans didn't like him. There were some young boys in the crowd that were very vocal in their dislike for Martin Kirby and his follically challenged head.
Just disrespectful.
Yeah, do you know, that's what I mean? People just don't have any taste or class. You know, and when I came out and I saw everyone in the crowd and how they reacted to me in the rebellion, there wasn't really, you know, much class and much talent or anything there. So they're just lost. Bless them. They're just lost. You know?
Have they not heard about dressing up to go out?
No, not even that. They just got no respect. They were very loud and as you know.
No, I'm going to step in here for the fans of Phenomenal Elite Wrestling because they really did help make the evening. There were groups there. There were children's parties there. There were people out on dates. There was everyone from grannies to babes in arms. It was a fantastic crowd. They shouted for the people they liked. They booed the people they didn't. They didn't quite show the respect to their general manager that maybe they should have done. They booed H. Hood.
Exactly. They didn't show me respect. I mean, they gave me no respect. The rebellion, like they cheered for the sound guy, guys. They cheered for the sound guy. What? Okay, they're great in the crowd. Oh wow, but Jesus, get some respect.
So that is definitely something we're going to need to make sure the crowd are.
You have to clamp down on it, you know.
But Jessy wants her respect.
Wants a respect. Maybe I'm just gonna. I might have to put like a bouncer on the door of security. If they're not going to give me respect, they ain't coming in.
Maybe you should ask them to be quiet when they are being disrespectful to you.
Yeah. Just get rebellion to just fling them out. See you later.
I honestly think they should just be cheering when, they should just get over themselves and cheer for the general manager who's put together an incredible first show, although it was ruined by the sound guy and
the sound guy.
But I mean, look at this show that the general manager has once again put together for those fans who just want to disrespect her.
So I'm looking over this.
It's really rude, isn't it? It's actually rude.
So.
Yeah.
I'm looking over this card and I'm looking at the matches that I think are really going to stand out. And for me, the match that I reckon is probably going to steal the whole evening is Aurora, Teves and Rhio. What match are you guys really looking forward to seeing?
Well, personally, I'm looking forward to seeing the tag team champions rightfully get the belts that they deserve. The Rebellion, I love tag team wrestling, and it's a nightmare to see a thrown together team hold such prestigious titles.
Exactly. See, he knows. Daniel. Well, you're clearly not thinking straight. You're not thinking straight. See, your friend over here knows exactly what the best match is going to be, who should have the titles, why they are so great, why on earth the sound guy and the guy in purple pants have got the titles. I will never understand.
I was going to mention the purple pants.
Yeah, let's not. People's fashion choices were not the one that day, okay? It was too much.
Fashion choices. God, I'm going to jump out of this one before I get into more trouble because I don't like upsetting people. People scare me. Fashion choices. Who is the best dressed, with the obvious exception of yourself? Who's the best dressed on the card, do you reckon?
Harley Hudson.
Nice. Yeah.
I like it. He's unfortunately not on the card, but I'm hoping he might be there for H. Hood. It's Chocolate Thunder. Surely.
Sure, yeah.
Not on this card, but I know he's going to be supporting H. Hood alongside myself and Jess in this match against veteran Eddie Ryan, the British Lion.
I love Martin Kirby's Kirby star. I think he's great. But I'm an old school gamer. Or just putting the old in old school gamer. Right, now, next question. Since we've talked about the sound guy so much, his actual job, which he wasn't doing particularly well, was putting everybody's music on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anyone's particular entrance music that you enjoy?
The Rebellions.
I'm spotting a theme.
Remember, these people roster are quite irrelevant in my life. I either like them or I don't. You know, I don't care about their entrances. I'm not bothered. Do their bit and go. You know, unless they come out and they're stars, then I'll think about it. But if they come out, do that. No, you put on performance, and then I'll think about your entrance and music.
Fair
I think
answer.
that is very fair.
Yeah. I like to think I'm quite fair, really, you know.
I do.
Kinda.
I think this has been, you know, a perfectly balanced preview of this upcoming card.
Of course. Like we do it with class. We said, well, bring class to the promotion. No one else there is going to do it, so it means I've got to.
Exactly. So remember, folks out there, if you're going to go to the wrestling show, dress up a little bit and remember to cheer for your general manager. Daniel, is there anything you would like to say?
I would like to remind everybody that they can watch Phenomenal Elite Wrestling's first show, which was just absolutely outstanding. And you can see what a great, great job that Jessy does as the general manager by going on Powered 4 TV. If you go on to Powered 4 TV and put in our code TEAPOD, TEAPOD, and sign up, you will get 30 days free. So you can get to watch this amazing, phenomenal wrestling show for nothing. Absolutely free. And you can do that by using our code TEAPOD on Powered 4 TV and see the wonderful Jessy.
I'm actually on there quite a few times. Just gonna put it out there.
We've got our own channel.
She has her own channel.
Quite a few times. She has her own channel and she's on quite a lot of the other ones as well. So
she deserves it.
It's the Jessy show.
I really look forward to actually meeting you in person when we get to that next show. And as I say, anything we can do to help, you know, the incredible, talented Rebellion and others on the card, then they are more than welcome to come on our show and we'll help them.
Daniel, listen to your friends.
It's obviously the Northern Air's got to him.
It's just, I think it's more, you know, I've got a little bit of a favourite. You know, he's just, Daniel, you're not coming through to me, you know, you're just being a bit.
I'm upsetting everyone.
I'm about professionalism. And Dan just sometimes
he likes everyone. Oh
yeah.
God,
I like
Daniel,
only the
be
best.
nasty for once, you know. Have a backbone, Daniel. Jeez, you can't be nice to everyone forever.
Okay. I found the Rebellion to act quite nastily in their match, and while I will respect them as a tag team, I think maybe they could fight more within the rules.
Did they get disqualified?
No.
Then they must have been competing within the rules.
Always will.
Exactly. Now, don't forget to get yourselves down to Stratford-upon-Avon on the 2nd of April to see Phenomenal Elite Wrestling, Kings of Combat. And just remember, folks, cheer for Jessy. And don't feed the trolls.